Hey everyone, today more leaders don't like Jesus. Jesus and his disciples entered Jerusalem again, and as Jesus was walking around the temple, the chief priests, legal experts, and elders came to him. They asked, "What kind of authority do you have for doing these things? Who gave you the authority to do them?" Jesus said to them, "Well, I have a question for you. Give me an answer and I'll tell you what kind of authority I have to do these things. Was John's baptism of heavenly or human origin? Answer me." They argued among themselves. "Well, if we say it's of heavenly origin, then he'll say, why don't you believe him? But if we can't say it's of earthly origin, this is because they were afraid of the crowd, because they all thought John was a prophet." So they answered Jesus, "We don't know." Jesus replied, "Neither will I tell you what kind of authority I have to do these things." What gives you the right, Jesus? Who says you can do these kind of things in the temple? Right? They're probably talking about when he just dramatically cleared it out. These priests ask this because they think they are the final absolute authority on all spiritual matters. And there is a place for healthy spiritual leadership, those who are trained and devoted to actually serving others. The question is, how do we recognize that when we see it? Can we admit when someone has it? Well, that's why Jesus asked about John the Baptist here. He's not just avoiding the question. He's pointing out that they couldn't admit when someone else clearly had divine authority, so they're not going to admit it for Jesus either. And sometimes true authority exists within structures, and sometimes it doesn't. Jesus and John the Baptist, they were kind of both outside this system, but they spoke with authority. These priests are in the system, but they don't really have anything to say. Just remind everybody that they are the system. Right? If you constantly have to tell everybody that you're in charge, you're not really in charge. If, like these priests, you're too scared to tell people the truth, well, why should they listen to you at all? So, we can all kind of ask these questions, but as someone in some sort of authority, I can ask, am I an authoritative voice, really? Right? If I'm pointing out all my credentials and all my titles all the time, then I should probably be suspect. If my actions and my teachings are somehow bringing heaven to earth, then maybe I am worth listening to. And you might have that authority too, somehow. Because true godly authority isn't given by some system or some institution. It's a gift of God. So, let's have the eyes to see it. Let's look for and listen to those kind of authoritative leaders.